Hello, all, and how are you on wherever part of the world? And I know things are going really crazy right now, and we're going through a real roller coaster of energies. One of the reason is we had left the Saturn retrograde, and that was probably a very difficult retrograde for many of us to deal with because of dealing with revisiting the past of what no longer serves us. What are we still holding on to in the collective? And a lot of people went through a very emotional flashback, let's just say. So now we are Mercury retrograde. And the Mercury retrograde energies are very different. It's a lot of just miscommunications, electronic stuff, doing some very wonky, interesting things, telephone calls. And one of the things about Mercury retrograde is that you want to stay humble. It's a lot of self-care. And you want to find out your real soul mission. And one of the things about Mercury retrograde and the Saturn retrograde, once the Saturn retrograde ended, the Mercury retrograde started coming in. And then plus we're in the month of June and we started the Gemini energies, which is a lot of indecisiveness sometimes. So one of the things that happens is you want to stay humble, stay out of arguments. Anything that's negative or that doesn't resonate with you, to just avoid that. So you don't even have to be a witch or a wizard / magician. Wizard is a male version of a witch. It's the same as a magician as well. They're both have the same meaning. You may want to be doing a lot of clearing and grounding a little bit more than usual, and be very protective of your energies, because especially people, a lot of the lockdowns, depending upon where you are, I know where I am, the lockdowns are easing up and a lot of the mask mandates are being lifted. The only thing is that there's a lot of the pushing. I mean, that's up to you as an individual person, if you're vaccinated or choose to be, or if you choose not to be. The only advice I can give on that, just please make sure you take care of your body. Continue to eat well, continue to eat whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or not, but at least try and get your vegetables and your fruit organic, and it's not always possible to be organic. And, as long as you get that nutrition in you, because your immune system is one of the most powerful things, and even if you're not witch or wizard, magician, sorcerer, whatever you resonate with, or you've, like many others, have become toward the journey of the awakening process or the ascension process, is to take care of your body. Also, because of the fact that since we've entered the age of Aquarius, we've also become partially crystalline based instead of fully carbon based. So please, hydrate with lots of water as much as possible, depending upon also the weather where you are. That's also very important. And so you want to be able to, with the water helps, it's not just hydrate your body, is to navigate these energies a little bit easier depending upon the level you are with the ascension process. So Many people have been, and everybody's on a different level, everybody's on a different healing journey, but everyone is also on a different level of getting rid of what no longer serves you. Because it's going to become a time. We just left the 6-6 portal, and I don't even know what that one is. That just went through with me smooth sailing. I'm like, really? Wow. But the 5-5 portal was very heavy because obviously I've repeated before. I've said this before that 555 in numerology is change, because 5-5-21, and as 2021 reduces to 5. So there's a lot of people making a lot of changes in their lives. I mean, with everything, their living situations, family situations, home and living situations, relocating. I mean, I know we're going through a period of inflation. It's a very odd type of recession here in the U.S. The U.S. dollar has gotten weaker a little bit. The price of oil and gas went up a little bit. And it's not going to last for long. So, when the price of oil goes up, the exchange rate to the euro and the pound sterling always goes up. But if you're not traveling, it's not going to bother you. But anyway, so, I know the prices of food went up. And kind of, if you're in that situation where you need help, please do not be ashamed to ask for it. Because one of the things is that everyone's here to help. Everyone has been changing everything. They're changing their friends, their relationships with people. Some people are getting divorced. Some people are separating. But always remember, you come first. You're an abundant being. And you're manifesting what you need to manifest in this lifetime, because 2021 is new beginnings, where 2020 was a whole reset year. I know a lot of people have already realized that they have a gift, a spiritual gift. Many people are reading tarot cards, doing a lot of healing and energy work. Some people are realizing that in the past they found a new calling has been shown to them. So the other thing is that as people are healing that have this gift, like myself, once you heal, you're able to heal others. And one of those things is that, as that layer comes off bit by bit, something gets healed, you move forward, and it's not just moving forward, you're up leveling. And especially a lot of people with, this is just basic knowledge for those that don't know. We all have 7 chakras in our body, and it starts with the root chakra, which is the base of the spine. The second is the sacral chakra. The third is the solar plexus, which is just under your belly button. The next is your heart chakra, and the next is your throat chakra. And one of the 2 main spiritual chakras is the third eye and the crown chakra. And then after that would be your soul star, which is, I would say, technically number 8. But in the physical, it's 7. The soul chakra is connected to divine source. I am not religious, but I am definitely very spiritual, and the magic begins within you. You set your own intentions through your thoughts, and then thoughts become words, and words become solidified if you journal or do not, or whatever you write down on paper. So there has been lots of crazy things going on and lots of different fraud schemes, and there's fraud everywhere. Please protect yourselves and your energies from fraud. You know, there's always a saying, there's good and bad on everywhere you find. And I know that people are going to ask, do I read tarot cards? Tarot cards, or tarot cards is what it's pronounced. I said, yes, I do. I do read tarot cards. Probably I'm going to do an oracle reading for the collective. I don't read tarot cards the same as anybody else, and everybody else is not the same. We're all different. Do I know how to do a Celtic cross? Absolutely. Do I know how to do a pyramid spread? Absolutely. I read from multiple different kinds of decks, and the magic begins there. And then the work on healing, or the work on the shadow work, because this is for entertainment purposes only. The shadow work, the cards will answer that question. And there's many others that do read tarot cards and that are not real at all, that are not witches, wizards, and magicians, or sorcerers, or anything, because a real healer, and I am compelled to talk about this, a real healer will not hold your hand. They will advise you, because you are at free will for everything and anything. We are a free will universe. The angelic realm, the guardian angels, the beings of 100% pure light, the galactics, they will not do anything unless you ask their permission and you allow them to help you. Because it is a free will universe, even to guide you, or how well you are connected. And even the universe and God will not help you unless you give them that permission. And in the past, before the pandemic, I don't know if it's springing up now, there were many as a business, as a physical business, storefront, whatever, lighted signs, psychic, tarot card reading, all this kind of stuff. And what I'm interested on this end is to hear from anybody that has went for a tarot card reading from them. Not everyone in that realm in the past. I mean, everything has went virtual, between YouTube, Twitch, Venmo, not Venmo. Venmo's a pay thing. Excuse me, I forgot. I don't have Venmo. Or Vimeo. Sorry. Before all that happened, this is not being discriminatory. Again, good and bad in all kinds. Everybody knows what a gypsy is, right? Right. Okay. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are good. But many of the storefronts also were not real healers whatsoever. And I'm only speaking from experience. I was a victim for many years. I already knew I had this gift. Woman, for 30-something years, I've been a wizard. And a lot of things were blocked, and I would go to them because I was interested in learning. My intuition then, even when I was in my 20s, I'm 46 now, knew something was always off. And one of the things that will throw you off is, number one, the gut feeling. Let's say, for example, you went in there for a tarot card reading. You only see one type of deck. Now, is a writer, wait, is that a bad deck? No. But it's definitely a very clear and concise deck to learn from for anybody. There were no other decks. I I had no idea there were multiple decks. But also the fact that I'm just going to throw this there as an example that I will burn 3 candles for you for $1,600. And I know people have been desperate, still are, whatever, or have not reached that awakening process. They've gladly handed them over. They go back, nothing has happened. Some people have went back. They were promised and promised and promised, like I was. Nothing happened. And I am speaking from experience. The last person I had went to used to be my next door neighbor. Way before my father passed away, and my intuition was starting to tell me something is off here. There was another ritual. She was telling me that certain numbers were bad. Where I found out in numerology, none of these numbers are bad. So, like especially 666 or 999, 555, 333, 222, 111. And a very good friend of mine that I've known for 6 years. One day we were talking and we found out we clicked. I didn't know what she did. All I knew is that she sang and she was a performer. She did a lot of things in the entertainment industry, but I had no idea. One day she said to me, 4 years ago, actually, I would love to read your tarot cards. And I'm like, okay, why? She said, there is something in you. She goes, I know my tribe, and I didn't understand. Well, a year later, December 2019 comes. So I said, let me try. I'm curious. She did. And she gave me a reading, and she picked up my energy, and she said, you are part of the tribe. And that's how blocked I was. Because the original, let's just say fraudulent reader, because I will not label her as anything else but that, who's scammed me out of more than over 15 years, $20,000, maybe even 50, and nothing's ever happened. There were things that, since that reset year happened, I got this reading. It took about 2.5 hours. Oh, you can do this work. I'm like, okay. You just wait. Alrighty. I had learned too many things I was never educated on. I didn't know why I would wake up 3-4 o'clock in the morning in 2019. I didn't know why a lot of things. And she was explaining. Then when I told her what happened, and she said, you have the power within you to perform this magic. She can't perform magic. We're going to cut energetic cords. I mean, she came out with as 33 years as a pagan witch. She said one of the things that works and what you are able to manifest is if you're doing the work yourself, you can be guided, but at the same time, you cannot have your hand held. There was a wake-up call. I stepped out of the box. And I said, oh my gosh. The whole reading was 100% on point. And I had to, at free will, I called in my higher self without realizing it. You need to pay attention to your gut feeling. And you need to pay attention to your third eye. You could do this. I'm like, okay. I got energetic cords. Blocked her. Everything. Now March comes around, 2020. My father passes away, and I'm still in sessions with her. I would have been in a tailspin. My last parent alive, gone from COVID. Like a total car accident. I was gifted that I probably caught it in November 2019. I probably caught it a second time after my father passed, but only lost a sense of taste and smell. But paying attention to my intuition of what I could do at that point was I was started eating healthier. I realized not everybody with an underlying condition was going to pass away of this. Who knew? And it was at a point is where my body started to physically change as a type 2 diabetic from a hemoglobin A1C from a 7.4. A hemoglobin A1C is a measurement of your blood sugar over a 3-month period. Went down to 6.0. That's all I needed to do was diet and exercise. I don't even take insulin 4 times a day or take 4 pills of metformin 4 times a day. Because deep down inside, I did not want this condition. And I started doing magic on it. So that journey made me realize that that was a fraud. Realized plenty of others back then, before it all became virtual, was a fraud. And she did nothing. Absolutely, I let it go. Let it go. I let all the trauma from that let go. There was a lot of trauma I had to let go. And that was not a very easy thing. It was some really painful moments. I mean, there were days I was curled up in a ball, dealing with a parent's estate and home by themselves with literally zippo zilch help. I wasn't working for 3 months, not because I was let go or anything from a job or fired. I had to take care of business. So I was quite blessed that where I work, they let me use up the rest of my time. Plus I had to use 14 days of quarantine time. And most of those sessions are gone with, and as time went on with the process, it was like a lot of clogged chakras and energies were cleared. And one of the things I have learned is that you gotta let it integrate. And most people that go for whatever shadowing session or however you want to call it, you always have to let it integrate. At least sometimes 7 days. Even if you're performing, your own magic wherever, however, it always is best to integrate. And I have said this last week, including journaling, which is magic within itself. Knowing what you want, meditating on what you want. Once it goes on pen and paper, it is done, it is done, it is done. So mote it be. So, I will soon be doing an Oracle deck poll, and I will be posting links if anybody needs to schedule a session or would like to. Everyone is at free will. I'm not going to ask people to subscribe or like. That's also at your own free will. But also be wary out there. And my whole point is, if you're not resonating with a reading, sometimes you don't. But my whole point is, if the reading does not sit with you at all completely, which is different, and something by your gut feeling tells you this is completely off, then it's off. Then they're not real. Some people are going to resonate with different others. And, we all resonate with others. Even, I was not even the thought from my mind was starting my own business. But this is what the universe had planned. Am I going to still stay employed? Absolutely. But, at the same time, that when you find that calling, you go with the flow. And you know it's right and you know it's there for you. So I hope you all have a magical evening. Just remember that no one is alone. You are always, your guides are always with you. Your spirit guides, whatever, whomever you resonate with. And just keep your vibrations high. Please ground as much as you can in nature. Even if you take 2 minutes out for a few deep breaths, even if you're out in nature about 5-10 minutes, be grounded. It's important to ground. Even if you are bathing in sea salt or salt shower, whatever you got to do, whatever works for you. We are all different. The magic comes within you. Once that magic comes in with you, and once each layer of healing starts to take place and goes away, and healing can go on for a lifetime, especially in this lifetime, you just up-level and get better. So have a magical evening. Let me know what comes up for you in the comments, and talk to you soon. Remember, only love is real. Bye for now.